Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Motive Racing YouTube channel for the Flat Out Formula One League. Here tonight on the PlayStation platform. We're here at Shanghai for the Chinese Grand Prix. We first obviously broadcast this league. Well, last Monday was the actual day that did the comms. The actual races are on Mondays, but you'll be watching this on Sunday as part of the undercard, hopefully for the ACC GT3 Championship for Motive. And yeah, what a race we had last week. Obviously, Freddie taking a very impressive win on his comeback race, but can he repeat the feat here tonight in Shanghai? Here we go, lights coming on the head of the grid. We're about to go racing here. And it's lights out and away we go. Who gets a better start from Tower Sokol and Speed Sasha? It looks like Speed Sasha slightly better. Looking into turn one, down the inside he goes. Is he going to make that move? He does make the move. As Tower Sokol getting pushed out a little bit on those hard tyres. We've got some Red Bulls in the mix here as well. You've got Ruck and Nathan. Freddie, though, managing to get ahead of both of them into third place. Can he now get around Tower Sokol as well here? Freddie can't get that one done at the moment. Nathan there moving ahead of Ruck, his teammate, up into fourth place. You've got Vista Brinky, followed by Oliver with Islandberg in ninth, ahead of MTM and Harry's Veltsy. But Ruck's got back ahead of his teammate Nathan there going into turn four. And it's currently Speed Slasher from Tower Sokol with Freddie there in third place, followed by Ruck, Nathan, Vista Brinky, Oliver Islandberg, MTM, and Harry's Veltsy has just managed to get around the outside of MTM there. Well, MTM managed to get back ahead there with a bit of ghosting. Not quite sure what's going on there. But currently, Speed Slasher leads the way as they come out onto this little back straight, which leads in towards the final sector here. And Speed Slasher already gapping Tower Sokol. You've got Freddie here really putting the pressure here on the Tower Sokol at the moment. Brinky, in the meantime, is trying to get around the outside of Vista up into P6, and he's got that one done there as Brinky. But Vista's going to try and keep himself there all the way around this little stadium section, which leads onto this extremely long back straight. Oh, no. Oh, he's done. I tell you what, everybody did well to react to that. But Vista there losing it, coming out onto the back straight, and it's dropped down to the back of the pack. In the meantime, Freddie looking down the inside of Tower Sokol, into the hairpin we go, and Freddie's going to make that move for position there up into second place. Beautifully done there from him, as Ruck there battling with Nathan still. These two Red Bull teammates continuing to go at it there, but Freddie up into P2 with a lovely move there. Obviously got the slipstream down the straight and made the move into the hairpin, and now he can try and chase after Speed Slasher, who's the race leader at the moment by just under 2 seconds over your man Freddie here, going into turn one right now. Tower Sokol keeping Freddie honest at the moment with Ruck and Nathan still right there as well. This is a four-way battle here for second place. On board with Nathan is Ruck there. Got very close to the back of Tower Sokol. Almost a little bit too close for comfort there. But Tower Sokol holding on for the time being ahead of Ruck. And Speed Slasher still out the front is continuing to gap these at the moment. But Freddie's going to try and up the tempo here and try and put a little bit of breathing space between himself and these guys who are squabbling behind him as Tower Sokol went in a little bit deep there. Would have cost him a little bit of time coming through that section of the track. He's falling a little bit further now behind Freddie, who seems to be starting to just put out a bit of a gap between him and these two, or these three, should I say, as Nathan and Ruck continue to go side by side here, and Nathan gets the move done around the outside there. Beautifully done there from Nathan, and Ruck could do absolutely nothing about it there. Excellent move there from Nathan. Speed Sasha continues to lead by just over 2 seconds now, so Freddie, although he's gapping the guys behind him, is definitely falling off for the race to the Speed Sasha, as things stand anyway. Vista's got himself into the points as MTM seems to have had a moment here. So Vista, after his first lap spin, has gained one position back. Ruck there moving ahead of Nathan as they come down the long back straight up into P4 once again. These two continuing to chop and change positions non-stop right now. Nathan getting very close under braking, but not close enough at the moment. Brinky not too far away either, starting to bring himself into this battle potentially for what's the podium places really. At this point, Harry's Veltsy there running in 7th place ahead of Oliver, followed by Islandberg, Vista and MTM. Oh, MTM, what is going on here? MTM there making an absolute hash of the hairpin, losing it all over the place there, as Nathan there moving back ahead of Ruck up into 4th place, and these two continuing to not really be able to decide who's going to lead the way. Nathan obviously on the hard tyres, so he should be a bit slower than Ruck. Ruck shot the pace advantage, but it seems like Nathan's maybe got a bit more pace around this track. And obviously with Tower Sokol and Nathan both being on the hards, oh, it's just a bit of contact there with Nathan making up the inside of Tower Sokol. Can he complete the move here into the next corner? No, yes he can. So Nathan there up into the podium places now. They've fallen off of Freddie a little bit with that battle that we see just going through the first sector there. So that's now allowing Freddie a little bit of breathing space potentially to try and close that gap to the race leader. But Speed Sasha there continuing to put out the gap. Nearly 3 seconds now. He's got over Freddie. Nathan at Tower Sokol, Ruck still running in the backup places at the moment. You've got Brinky there in P6, who's now definitely on the tail with this train as well. Oliver, the league admin, has got pressure from behind with Eilenberg looking up the inside. Oh, and Eilenberg there had to make a big correction. Oliver, oh my goodness. Oliver there getting out of it there, out onto the straight. Eilenberg getting that move done up into P8 there, so no dramas. It was close to tears there between those two, but they managed to navigate their way through it. Oh, it's Tower So Cool there, deep into the hairpin. That's allowed the other Red Bull of Rock up the inside, up into P4. Tower So Cool dropping back in the first stint of this race on those hard tyres. Obviously, we'll have that strategic ace up his sleeve later on in the race. But for the time being, it's all struggles here for Tower So Cool. As we can see, Eilenberg into the pits at the end of lap 3. Or end of lap 3. So, yeah, that's him now, first driver into the pits for a scheduled pit stop. I assume MTM's wasn't scheduled to stop being on lap 1. But nonetheless, a long way to go here in this race, that's for sure. Oh, MTM into the wall. What is going on here with MTM? He seems to be in a bit of a rot at the moment. Can't seem to get it right. It's got no front wing on the car. I reckon we're going to be seeing a retirement pretty soon, I would have thought. Go back to the battle for the second place here. Freddie with Nathan and Ruck. Pretty close with him. Nathan very, very tight on Freddie at the moment, as we've got Brinky there moving ahead of Tower So Cool now as well. Tower So Cool going backwards here in the first few laps of this race on the hard tyres as well, as I keep hastening to add. But now he's lost out to Harry's Facey as well. And his fellow hard tyre runner Nathan running in third place. So Nathan not really experiencing the struggles that Tower So Cool is at the moment, but saying that, it is fine margins here. Obviously, there's quite a tight field, so these few tenths of a second can make a big difference between third and seventh places. MTM's got a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Good. Oh my goodness! Oh no! Ruck has gone steaming into the hairpin there. That was inexcusable there. And Freddie's come off way worse in that one, down to P5. No fault of Freddie's there whatsoever. And Ruck there is going to sportsman like, oh no, he's not. He's just going into the pits because he's got damage. Thought he was giving a position back there to Freddie. Freddie there, innocent bystander in that one, as he's looking on the back of Brinky into turn 1. Can he make the move? No, Brinky keeps it around the outside for the time being. But Ruck there in the pits right now, and Brinky's still coming under the pressure from Freddie at the moment, and Harry's Fetzy, Tower So Cool pretty close with these guys at the moment as well. But Speed Slasher out the front's got just under a 5-second gap here to Nathan, who's now well ahead of this battle behind him. Obviously with that, the pack being split wide open there. So it's Brinky, Freddie, Harry's Fetzy and Tower So Cool battling over third place right now. Four of them pretty much in a line here. Nathan, the runner on the hard tyres here, is well up the pack, well up the road here. So he's doing a fantastic job in this first stint and could be maybe a threat, pardon me, to Speed Slasher later on, not sure. If he can keep pace with him in this part of the race, then maybe he might have a good chance in the second stint. Here we go then, Freddie in the slipstream here on Brinky coming down the long back straight. DRS will be open for the Ferrari here for Freddie as he's getting that toe as well, getting closer and closer and closer. He's going to look down the inside here into the hairpin. It's not the first move he's made into the hairpin tonight. Freddie makes the move, completes it up into third place. Beautifully done there from him. Brinky's now got to watch out because he's got Harry's Fetzy and Tower So Cool queuing up behind him here. So needs to put his finger out right now if he wants to avoid losing two more places. As we see Harry's Fetzy getting a little bit wide there coming out of the final corner, which would have given Brinky just a little bit of a let off the hook there. But Freddie now back into the podium places after that takeout that we saw from Ruck a couple of laps ago into the hairpin. Ruck, I think, must have been looking at the wrong braking marker. Must have braked 50 metres too late because he went absolutely steaming into the back of Freddie. I don't think it was deliberate, but then again, it's just a major misjudgment is what it is. Harry's Fetzy here looking to the outside on Brinky. Brinky's trying to defend the inside line. Harry's Fetzy could try for a cutback, but he's not going to make that one happen there because there's not really enough room to work with at this point. So here are the four drivers battling here for third place. Freddie, Brinky, Harry's Fetzy and Tower So Cool as they come into the final sector once again here. And Freddie does seem to be starting to just eat that gap out a little bit to these three, so maybe now starting to a bit of a rhythm. He's clearly got away without too much damage, if any, off of the back of Ruck, stealing into the back of him. I think it was Ruck who took the brunt of the damage, as Tower So Cool there moving ahead of Harry Svetsy up into P5. So Tower So Cool's hard tyres now starting to come back at him, or coming back to him, should I say, with the medium tyre runners now starting to get just a tiny little bit of deck there. And Tower So Cool there moving ahead of Brinky as well, up into 4th place. Beautifully done there from him. But Brinky's not done. He's trying to come back at him here with the cutback coming out the final corner. Down the start finish straight we go. Tower So Cool with the inside line. It's going to defend it here. DRS as well. He's got on Freddy, which is going to help him out. And Brinky there couldn't get the move done. Tower So Cool there managing to complete that move up into 4th place. Brinky couldn't come back at him. But Brinky there down the inside, sending it there. It's still side by side here. Tower So Cool giving him everything to try and hold on to 4th place. And Brinky almost losing out to Harry Svetsy there, but managing to keep ahead of him by the skin of his teeth. Harry Svetsy can't make that move here coming into the next sequence of corners. But a great fight between these two, Tower So Cool and Brinky. And Harry Svetsy almost inherited P5 there, but couldn't quite make it happen. Freddie hasn't really managed to shake off these guys, despite them all battling. It seems like these drivers in this pack are all quite evenly matched. As I say that, he's almost got the gap over us. In fact, he has just now pulled out over a second. So Freddie now seems to be getting into a bit of a groove here. Obviously, last week's race winner at Imola, but hasn't got the pace around this circuit here, Shanghai, that he did last week at Imola, that's for sure. But still no slouch. Obviously running in 3rd place at the moment. But he's on his medium tyres, which have that pace advantage over drivers like Tower So Cool and obviously Nathan, who's 4 seconds up the road from him. So that will not be ideal for him later on in the race. Tower So Cool looking down the inside into the hairpin, too far back on Freddie at the moment. Speed slasher out the front. Look at this. Just look at this. 7 seconds. Over 7 seconds is gap over Nathan at the moment. Nathan there in P2. There's Freddie 3rd. Still can't shake off these guys. He's still got Tower So Cool and Brinky very close on him coming into turn 1. There's Harry Svetsy as well there. P6 just dropping off of those a little bit now. Oliver there in P7. A few seconds up the road there from Vista. As Brinky's made the move on Tower So Cool again here. Wow, look at these two go. Great fight. I was just coming back to the rest of the pack here. Rock running in 9th and Islandberg running in 10th. MTM has retired from the race on lap 7, just a lap ago. Riding on board with Tower So Cool, trying to get something done here with Brinky. It's a part of the track where Freddie pulls away from these two. I think that he's maybe got a bit more of a downforcey setup, seems to have more confidence through these twisty sections, and then seems like down the straights maybe he's found a little bit wanting. Brinky here getting close under braking here as they come into the final sector. I tell you what, he's in a prime position to make a move here down the straight with the DRS, and these two now starting to pull away from Tower So Cool and Harry Svetsy. Here we go then, on board with Brinky as they come down the back straight. He's going to have the DRS, he's going to have the closing speed, he'll have the slipstream here on Freddie, but Freddie's actually far enough ahead here. Might be able to hold on coming into the hairpin. He's going to defend to the inside line, and now Brinky's going to be forced around the long way here. Freddie parking his car on the inside. He'll be protecting himself from a cutback on the exit. He'll be fully aware of what Brinky might be looking to try and do, and Brinky will get another dose of the DRS here down the start finish straight as well. So that could keep him in good stead here. Freddie's going to have to keep his wits about him here. As here we come down the start finish straight. Brinky now pulling it to the outside. He might be able to get this one done, you know. He's going to swoop around the outside of turn 1. Freddie there keeping himself there. Really getting his elbows out there was Freddie, saying absolutely not. You're not going to do it. Not easily here. Not without a bit of a fight. Brinky there is going to complete the move round the outside of turn 3 and gets the move done. Great fight from those two, showing each other the respect. I tell you what, some good clean racing there between those two. Brinky does get the move done up into 3rd place, and that was a spectacular move there from Brinky, I have to say. That was really, really well done there from him, as Freddie there goes a little bit deep there into the next corner, and Tower So Cool can't capitalise on that for the time being. Freddie there holding on to P4, but yeah, Brinky, lovely move there up into 3rd place. Still a fair old way to go in this race as well, but Brinky and Freddie on the same tyres, so this is going to be a battle that I reckon will most likely continue on for the rest of this race. So I apologise to anybody watching this back afterwards. Obviously, on Sunday night after we recorded it on Monday, as of time of recording, I've got an extremely sore throat and I do keep coughing sporadically. So, and I try to mute my mic, but sometimes I might do a little or something like that because I'm trying to clear my throat. Those ones I can't really plan for. When I know I'm about to go into a coughing fit, I can sort of just like sort of mute my mic, but otherwise I don't have time. Tower So Cool there, moving ahead of Freddie up into 4th place nonetheless, as they came on the exit of the hairpin. And we've got Oliver there being passed by Vista. So Vista up into 7th place there on the exit of the hairpin. Tower So Cool there, defending from Freddie into turn 1. Freddie unable to come back at him here. As he goes for a cutback, oh, Freddie there, absolutely beautifully there. Josh that to perfection. Saw that he'd gone a little bit deep there, and now Tower So Cool might lose out to Harry Svetsky. No, he holds on for now. But Harry Svetsky looking around the outside. Tower So Cool holds on to P5. Freddie, though, with a lovely cutback there, up into 4th place. Really outsmarted Tower So Cool there, as Harry Svetsky here trying to get on the back of Tower So Cool here. Tower So Cool trying to force an opening here on Freddie again. These two having a good fight, but they're losing time to Brinky whilst they battle it out. Brinky now 2 seconds up the road there in 3rd place. But great battle there between Freddie and Tower So Cool. But now Harry Svetsky's looking to try and capitalise on Tower So Cool, as we see him coming through the middle sector here, through onto this little back straight. 2 back straights, you've got this little one and then you've got a massively long one, which occupies basically half of the final sector of this track here at Shanghai. But Freddie now starting to just eat the gap out to these two, but saying that though, Tower So Cool still got the slipstream, still got the DRS as well, which will be allowing him to just get that little bit closer here as they come down towards the hairpin. Freddie will surely park his car on the inside once again. Tower So Cool, look at that straight line speed. That is absolutely rapid there. Freddie, though, coming back at him into the braking zone, and it's going to squeeze back through there. So Tower So Cool has gone for a low downforce setup, and clearly through the hairpin, Freddie, with so much more confidence on the brakes, came back at him. Absolutely a peach of a move there from Freddie. Tower So Cool will get another dose of the DRS, but doesn't get a good exit out of the final corner, and that's going to allow Freddie to hold on to 4th place once again here. Great fight between these two, and look at that. You can see the speed of that Mercedes in a straight line going down towards turn 1. The closing speed he was getting, he's been mugged there by Harry Svetsky. So Harry Svetsky there saw that Tower So Cool had gone a little bit wide. Seizes on that beautifully, but you saw the straight line speed that the Mercedes had as they came towards the end of the start finish straight. I reckon 400 or 500 more metres and Tower So Cool would have breezed past Freddie like he wasn't even there. But obviously, because the start finish straight isn't that long, the corner came just in time for Freddie. But Harry Svetsky now getting ahead of Tower So Cool up into P5, so now Harry can have a crack here at Freddie for 4th place. These guys now 3 seconds behind Brinky, who's running in 3rd place. And I'll tell you what, Nathan's made a mistake here because Brinky's now right on the back of him as they come out onto this little straight. So Brinky's now standing on the verge of maybe taking 2nd place from Nathan. Obviously Nathan on the hard tyres as well. You'd have thought Nathan would be getting a bit of a second win towards the medium runners here, but clearly not. He's done a good job in the first part of the race. Maybe he's he's obviously made a mistake, hasn't he? I mean, he's now starting to pull away a little bit from Brinky. The gap just over a second as they come out onto the back straight once again here. But Nathan here coming into the hairpin. Brinky keeping him on his toes right now. There's Freddie, who's still got Harry Svetsky and Tower So Cool on the back of him. Obviously, these three battling over 4th place at the moment. Harry Svetsky looking to try and distract Freddie a little bit in the mirrors here, as Nathan's got a 3-second time penalty there for track limits. Obviously, it's not the end of the world because he's got the strategic wild card over the likes of Brinky and Freddie and Harry as well. Always Harry there trying to go around the outside of Freddie. Freddie, though, standing his ground, gives him a bit of a nudge out wide. Bit of rubbings racing there between them. And Harry Svetsky there out wide, gets passed by Tower So Cool as well. Freddie there, really, really aggressive. But holding on to P4 for the time being. Oops. I just realised when I pulled up the menu, my mic automatically muted. So I do apologise for that, guys. I might have not been talking for the last, I can't remember how long it's been, maybe a lap or two. But back on now. But yeah, whenever you load up the menu, when you're, well, basically on when you're not streaming and you load up the menu, it basically mutes your mic. So yeah, bit annoying that. Oh well. So Freddie having made a pit stops, come out behind Eilenberg, come out about 6 seconds ahead of Harry Svetsky. So Freddie's clearly had a better run of the pit stops than Harry Svetsky has. Eilenberg has been in for a stop, but it's been running on fresh mediums for the last 10 laps. Freddie here on the hard swoop around the outside there. Oh, in fact, no, he hasn't. Actually, Eilenberg's managed to get back ahead of him here as Nathan's into the pits now at the end of lap 14. So pitting at the halfway point here is Nathan, presumably going to put a set of mediums on and go to the end from here, you would have thought. So Nathan here coming out of the pits. Where's he going to filter out in terms of the positions? Oliver there moving up into P6. Nathan there back out onto the track, so he's come out. Oh, not far ahead of Freddie, actually, you know what? Obviously, Eilenberg's still got to pit again, so he's not going to play too much of a factor in this battle. But, yeah, Nathan was, well, he was a long way ahead of Freddie before. But obviously, in terms of who's net P2, I think it's probably Brinky. But this could be for third place here in this race, and Freddie's not far behind. But the thing is, Nathan's got the faster tyres, but are those tyres going to be worn out at the end of the race? They will be starting to feel the pace a little bit in the closing laps. Again, do apologise for my mic being on mute every now and then. I've got a terribly sore throat. And talking constantly means I'm having to clear my throat constantly, having to also go into a coughing fit like every 5 minutes or so. Nathan there's moved ahead of Oliver up into P6. But Oliver's trying to come back at him here with the DRS, and obviously that's going to be frustrating for Nathan because Oliver not really in a battle with him here in terms of the bigger picture. Looking up the inside there into the hairpin, but Nathan actually managing to stay ahead. Oh, as Oliver there gives him a bit of a clout in the back there, which Nathan will not take kindly to. In the meantime, Rock's moved ahead of Vista up into P4. Tower's so cool here into the pits at the end of that 15. Tell you what, Freddie's going to fancy a bit of this here. Oliver into the pits. That allows Freddie up into P7, but yeah, Freddie currently can now try and close on the back of Nathan. Nathan on the faster tyres. Freddie, though, can push his tyres as hard as he likes. There's no risk of them wearing out. And Nathan might have to tread carefully in the final couple of laps of this race. So Freddie can sort of push as hard as he likes and really start to put Nathan under a bit of pressure, potentially, if he's got the pace to do so. Vista here, I was on the back of Rock in the battle for a P3 still. These two continue to go at it. These two have both got to pit again. Vista hasn't pitted yet in this race. Ruck came in very early and put a set of mediums on, so no doubt he'll have to be in the pits again before we get to the end. Speed Slasher out the front, 17 seconds is his gap right now over Brinky, so he's continuing to do the business right now. He has done since the early stages of the race, really. It's not really been in doubt for a while from Speed Slasher's side, as he comes into the pits here at the end of lap 16. So just 12 laps left to go here in this race. So he's going to put the hard tyre. No, I don't know. Nah, it's too early to put the softs on. That's not going to happen. He'll have to put the hards on. But he's made the mediums work for as long as he can. Obviously, the medium's a little bit quicker. Wow, okay, he has gone for the soft tyres. I mean, that is ballsy. I'm very surprised at that. Brinky coming into the pits here. So Speed Slasher's going to have to tiptoe round for the final 12 laps of this race, because those soft tyres will not be in great shape by the end, I can tell you that. Vista into the pits at the end of lap 16 as well. Brinky stops in the box. What is he putting on? He's putting on the hard tyres, so playing it safe, unlike Speed Slasher. Speed Slasher with the lead, nothing to lose. You'd have thought stick a set of hards on and get it to the end, man. But no, it's not the case. Vista's also put the soft tyres on. Done the same as the race leader. You can kind of understand that from Vista's side. Less to lose. Nathan here on the back of Ruck in a battle for P2. Obviously Nathan on much fresher tyres. Ruck's still got a pit. He's not going to get to the end. He's not going to do 23 laps on a set of mediums. Well, I'm saying that. I wouldn't have thought that Speed Slasher will be doing 12 laps on a set of softs, but it would appear that he's going to at least give it a go. But Nathan has certainly been putting out the gap to Freddie since these two came out of the pits. On those faster tyres now, Nathan, compared to Freddie on the hards. Right there, going a little bit wide, coming through the stadium part. That empty stadium section always confuses the hell out of me. Here comes Nathan, down with the DRS, down the back straight here. He's going to surely make a move. He's going to be forced around the outside here as Ruck defends the inside line. But teammates, you'd have thought surely that Ruck would be giving way to Nathan at this point. But no, he's holding his ground and he's saying, I'm not going to be rolling over for my teammate in any way, shape or form. Nathan, though, getting a cut back there out of the hairpin into the final corner. Nathan there up into second place and Ruck going into the pits. So really could have made way there. And made it a little bit more easy for his teammate than he did. It's allowed Freddie to close up to almost within 2 seconds of Nathan now. But he should be all right, should Nathan here to bring it home in second place. Speed Slasher out the front has got over a 10-second gap over Nathan. Nathan with his penalty. So Freddie could be on for a P2 here in this race, as things stand at the moment. Has done well on the tyres and with the strategy here tonight as Freddie. Looks like it is right place, right time for Freddie here tonight. Tell you what, it's been very good driving here tonight in the Flat Out Racing League. There's been no safety cars. There's been not really any incidents of much. It's been really clean racing. It's been a real pleasure to watch so far. I've got to say, I'm very impressed with these guys because I think a lot of them are quite new to F1. I think a lot of them are also youngsters as well. So when you factor that in, they've all done a really good job here tonight. Nathan's got the gap at nearly 4 seconds now to Freddie, so he's looking like he's safe from being thwarted by that penalty which he's picked up for track limits, but he needs to make sure he doesn't get another one here, because Freddie will be in range if he does get another one. But obviously Nathan on those faster tyres, and as long as he can keep those medium tyres in their optimal window all the way to the end of the race, he should be okay for a second place. So Brinky about 2 seconds behind Harry Spezzi at the moment. Tawaso Cool a further 2 seconds back. So could be an interesting one to watch because Tawaso Cool on the faster tyres. But as we said before, the faster tyres could be the less favourable tyre by the end, with the tyre wear potentially playing a factor here. But he definitely lost time by staying out a couple of laps extra in the first stint. So maybe now we're going to see the payback in this final stint with the slightly fresher tyres. It's not going to make the world of difference, but it could make, I mean, fine margins, as we always say, or as I always say, could make the difference. Eilenberg in the meantime has moved up into P9 ahead of Oliver as they come on the exit of the hairpin, so that's job done there for Eilenberg. Both of these two with 3 second time penalties apiece. And Nathan's still extending the gap to Freddie bit by bit here. I tell you what, these three are concertinaing up. Harry Spezzi is being gained on by Brinky, and Brinky's losing time to Tawaso Cool, so they're all closing up on each other here. Only 2.3 separating these three guys. There was about 4 seconds between all of them about a couple of laps ago. So this is now shaping up to be an exciting battle in the closing stage of this Chinese Grand Prix here for the Flat Out Racing Formula One League. Just keeping an eye on the gap here between Nathan and Freddie. Freddie's just brought that gap down a little bit to Nathan. It was under 5 seconds for a moment just there. Vista's moved ahead of Ruck's moved ahead of Vista, should I say, up into P7 as they go down the end of that little straight. But look at this, Tawaso Cool with DRS on Brinky down the back straight, the long back straight. He's going to make that move up into P5, into the hairpin we go. Tawaso Cool there, excellent job there from him. Now he can try and chase after Harry Spezzi, so the medium tyre is definitely paying off now. Doing that first stint on the hards has certainly worked a treat here for Tawaso Cool. Now can try and nab P4 off of Harry Spezzi here. Freddie well clear at these three. He's currently 6 seconds up the road in P3, so he's played a blinder in terms of pitting at the right time. As Tawaso Cool trying to get around him here. Harry Spezzi holding his ground, but look at that, beautifully done there from Tawaso Cool. Swooping round the outside with the better traction from the medium tyres. Up into 4th place he goes. Tarisi cannot do anything about it anymore, and it has to give up on that one there. As Brinky there trying to send one up the inside there. Harry Spezzi couldn't quite make it happen. He's going to try and hold himself there, but he's not going to be able to do so. Harry Spezzi there holding on to P5 for now, so doesn't lose 2 places, only lose 1 for the time being. Tawaso Cool, they're up into 4th place. Now can he try and chase down Freddie, who's 5 seconds up the road with 7.5 laps left. So he needs to gain about 7/10 a lap, does Tawaso Cool, if he's to have a chance of nabbing P3 at the end of this race. Freddie's dropping off of Nathan a little bit now, so looking like Nathan should be safe in that second spot, as long as his tyres don't come off towards the end of the race, which is possible on the medium tyres because he's got to go a fair way on them. Brinky in the meantime, we've got a 3 second time penalty there for track limits. He's trying to come back at Harry Spezzi here down the end of the back straight. He's going to look down the inside. Is he going to send one here? He's surely going to go for this one. Yes, he does. And Brinky there up into P5 once again, just lobbing over that curve a little bit there. As Harry Spezzi there, a little bit of a twitch there on the exit of the hairpin. But Brinky back up into P5 there with that one. Is Harry Spezzi going to have a chance to try and come back at him here down the start finish straight with the DRS? Here we go. Harry Spezzi to the outside. Brinky's going to park his car on the inside. It's going to be close here between them as he tries to get around the outside there. Harry Spezzi goes a little bit wide, and Brinky there's going to keep himself there on the inside and just ducks back in there into the position. Brinky back up into 5th place there. Good little dice between these two. It's allowing Tawaso Cool to disappear up the road. He's 2.5 seconds clear of these two, but Harry Spezzi couldn't come back at Brinky there. Nice driving there from Brinky, in all fairness. And good little battle between these two here. Keeping an eye on the gap between Freddie and Tower So Cool right now. Look at this, it's coming down quite quickly here. With 5 seconds, a couple of laps to go, it's now just over 3 seconds. So Tower So Cool really making a gains here on these medium tyres. The question is, are those medium tyres going to hold up to the end? Freddie on the hard tyres, which he put on lap 14. So he'll easily be able to push them as hard as he likes and get them to the end. And probably some after that as well. Probably would have enough strength for the journey home as well. Tell you, one driver who I'm massively impressed with tonight is Speed Sasha. He has just got off and got away at the starters and never looked back. 5 laps left to go here in this race. It's going to take something pretty catastrophic here for Speed Sasha to lose this lead. One interesting thing to note is that Nathan has picked up another penalty here, so currently got 6 seconds to his name. So if his tyres do start to go off, could allow Freddie to get within that magical 6 seconds there and have a chance at P2. I think Freddie's more worried about what's behind him than what's in front of him here, because he's got Tower So Cool currently just over 2 seconds now behind him. So Tower So Cool continuing, not just chipping away here. He is absolutely tearing after Freddie right now. But his tyres could go off at the end. We just don't know. Tower So Cool has done 8 laps on those medium tyres. Once you get about 10 laps into a medium stint, you do start to experience a little bit of performance drop-off. Freddie, though, did put his hard tyres off on 11 laps ago. He's done further on his hards than Tower So Cool has on his mediums, but the hards can go probably about 22 laps around this circuit, whereas the mediums, I reckon, probably 15, 16 laps. So, I mean, relatively, they're probably in a similar boat. I'd say that Tower So Cool is probably going to have more worn-out tyres by the end than Freddie will, but they're not in too much of a dissimilar position here. We'll get 1.6 at the moment between Freddie and Tower So Cool. 1.5 seconds as they come around the final corner. 4 laps left to go here at Shanghai for this Chinese Grand Prix here for the Flat Out Formula 1 League. It's still Speed Sasha leading the way by a long, long way, and he's got this race pretty much wrapped up here. It's a case of, can Nathan avoid getting any more penalties and keep the gap here to Freddie? And can Tower So Cool use his tyre advantage and get these medium tyres to the flag in good shape and maybe have a crack and try and overtake Freddie for the final podium place here? Gap just over a second here between these two. Tower So Cool might have a chance. He'll have DRS probably at the end of this lap. I'd say at the moment he's probably just a little bit too far ahead for Tower So Cool to be able to make a move, but on the next lap I reckon we're looking at a potential chance of a manoeuvre here. Here they come into the final sector. Tower So Cool's a little bit too far away at the moment. He'll have DRS that will allow him to get a little bit closer, but Freddie here with a good run through this section of the track and has got the gap at about 9/10 of a second right now. So he's looking a little bit better through this section. Oh, Freddie. Oh, he's got it all wrong there. And he's trying to weave around, trying to break the toe. And he misjudged, I think, where he's putting his car there, looking in his rearview mirrors. Caught watching his rearview mirrors a bit too much there. Tower So Cool getting close under braking, but he's too far away at the moment. But Freddie there, living dangerously, watching those rearview mirrors a little bit too much. Needs a good exit here, out onto the start-finish straight. And he's got it. He's got that exit that he needed. But Tower So Cool breathing down his neck. He won't be able to get him into turn 1, but he's going to get that a little bit closer here. And Freddie now needs to keep his cool here. He needs to stop looking in those mirrors. Needs to start just trying to eke out that gap through these sections of the track. Tower So Cool's done 10 laps on his medium tyres. They will be starting to feel the pace a little bit at this point. Freddie's will be starting to feel the pace after about 15 laps. He should be okay to the end of the race. He should be alright. Shouldn't be dropping off too much. Tower So Cool's tyres will be starting to go off a little bit at this point. Question is, can he maintain this pressure with the tyres hanging on a little bit here? Freddie needs to be aware of the fact that Tower So Cool's tyres aren't going to be in great shape at this point. And that could be his saving grace here in this race. Currently gap 0.6 of a second as they come into the final sector, just going up to 0.7 there. Freddie needs a perfect exit here. Oh, and Tower So Cool, bit of a twitch there. That's not what he needed at all. And that's going to just let Freddie off the hook a little bit here as they come out onto the back straight. Freddie almost a second ahead, 0.9 the gap again as they come out onto this long back straight. And this time keeps off of that grass and doesn't look in his rearview mirrors too much. Race leader Speed Slash is on the penultimate lap of the race. Freddie's going to hold on into the hairpin quite comfortably this time around. Tower So Cool again struggling with traction there. As they come into the final corner, Freddie needs a good exit. He got a good exit around this out his corner last time. This time around, he's got another good exit here. Tower So Cool with DRS down towards turn one. He's too far away. He's not going to make that one happen. And Freddie once again is going to hang on here in this battle for third place. Great battle here in the closing laps here at Shanghai. Harry Spetsy in the meantime has moved ahead of Ruck up into 6th place. Into turn one, that's job done there for him. Tower So Cool, keeping himself close to the back of Freddie here. This is part of the track where Freddie seems to pull away most of the time. But are his tyres about to start degrading a little bit here? Freddie doing everything right in the final stint of this race. He did well to find himself in third place. He was in a bit of a battle earlier on with the likes of Brinky, Harry Spetsy, and obviously Tower So Cool as well, but these two have definitely come up trumps compared to those other two in this battle for the podium places. Nathan Best of the rest, Speed Slasher in another league here tonight. But what can Freddie do here to keep Tower So Cool at bay? He needs another perfect run coming out onto the back straight. This time around, Tower So Cool is a little bit closer. The gap 7/8 coming out onto the back straight. Freddie weaving around, trying to break the toe. He needs to this time because he's not got that gap that he had on the previous laps. Here we go then. Tower So Cool closing into the hairpin. Look at the outside. Freddie trying to squeeze him off the line there as we see the Speed Slash of the race leader on the final lap of the race. Here we go then. This is for all the marbles now. Freddie needs another great exit coming out onto this start-finish straight. This time around, not so great. And I tell you what, he might need to just make a late defence here. He needs to make a late dart to the inside. He's gone too early, I think. As Tower So Cool looking to the inside and outside, should I say, can't make it happen. Freddie, for the time being, continues to hold on in this battle for third place. He's driven an absolutely fantastic closing few laps to this race, and he might be able to hold on for a podium place here. This will be a fantastic job from him if he can stay where he is right now. Speed Slash is still out the front with a 12-second gap over Nathan. I think those soft tyres are starting to fall off. That gap's coming down significantly, but he should be able to just coast it home and just limp round to finish this race in the race lead. Nathan there running in P2. Freddie is still clinging on by the skin of his teeth here from Tower So Cool. Through the middle sector on the final lap of the race here at Shanghai. Tower So Cool throwing the kitchen sink here at Freddie, giving it absolutely everything he's got. They're going to come out to this little straight here. Tower So Cool is going to try and keep himself close through this next sequence so he can use that DRS to his full advantage here. Freddie again parking his car on the inside of some of these straights, trying to just dissuade Tower So Cool from being able to make a move. Freddie needs some good traction again here. This time Tower So Cool is very, very close indeed. Tower So Cool though, bit of a twitch there coming out onto the back straight. It's very, very close indeed. And I tell you what, he might get this move done this time around. Freddie, I don't think he's going to have much of a defence. Oh, as he just swerves to the inside. Tower So Cool has to make the move on the grass there. And Freddie is going to dive back down the inside into the hairpin. Is he going to be able to come back at him here? Tower So Cool there a little bit wide. Bit of contact there between them. Who's going to come out on top in this one? Freddie with a slightly better exit coming down towards the final corner as Speed Slash has taken the win. Nathan second, but Freddie has managed to get the move back on Tower So Cool to the line. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Freddie. Freddie takes the podium place. What a battle there between those two. They laid it all on the line, and Freddie gets the third place with Tower So Cool over him fourth, Brinky fifth, with Harry Spetsy in sixth and Rock seventh. Vista's going to come over the line to finish this one in eighth place in the end. Not too far ahead of Oliver, who's going to come around the final corner here to take a ninth place here in this one. And the last driver to finish will be Islandberg, who's just coming into the final corner now, and he will be in P10. MTM obviously didn't finish the race, but what a battle that was. Freddie there Really did make his Ferrari as wide as he possibly could. He turned that turned that Ferrari into a combine harvester, and managed to hold on for third place there. Great fight there between those two, and congratulations to Speed Sasha. I've barely spoken about him tonight because he's just been in a dominant mode here tonight. But you've got to take your hat off to Speed Slasher. He absolutely wiped the floor with everybody else here tonight. Ran away with the win. In the end, 12 seconds of a gap over Nathan, or it was the last time I looked. It ended up being 18 seconds. Oh, Nathan's penalty, of course. So, yeah, Speed Slasher taking a dominant win here tonight for the Chinese Grand Prix for the Flat Out Formula 1 League. Nathan second and Freddie third. That was so cool. Fourth ahead of Brinky P5 with Harry Svetsi sixth. Rock seventh and Vista eighth. Oliver over in ninth. Eilenberg taking a final point and MTF retiring from the race a long way out. But that is that, guys, for tonight's action here on the Motive Racing YouTube channel here for the Flat Out Formula 1 League. Did enjoy, then obviously stick around for the rest of the racing here tonight. We're going to have the ACC GT3 Championship a little bit later on. Hopefully Motive Racing's Formula 1 League, if I was there for it at time of recording. I'm not sure if I'll be there on Friday, but if I am, that'll be showing now on Sunday after this. If not, we'll be going straight to the GT3 on ACC for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series. But nonetheless, guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll see you soon for whatever's next.